आधे बाउल दही में 4 चम्मच MDH चटनी पुदीना मसाला डाला, स्टर करो, पुदीना चटनी तैयार। MDH चटनी पुदीना मसाला।
Ladies and gentlemen, from an MLA's son trying to run over policeman to a 114-year-old Pushpraj Singh being killed by an NRI driving, there have been multiple incidents of brats on roads. In Pune Porsche hit-and-run case, the VVIP rich brat will be tried as a minor. Reason? The Juvenile Justice Board says the crime is serious and not heinous. At this point, the common citizens live under fear. Unless you are a politician or have rich connections, it's risky to walk on streets. Are the vehicles licensed to kill for VVIPs? Here's a full report, and then we debate.
In Maharashtra, in Madhya Pradesh, in Punjab, India has witnessed an alarming trend. In Pune, 2 techies, both 24 years old, were run over, crushed to death by 17-year-old VVIP brat driving 2 crore Porsche. While hearing a plea, the Juvenile Justice Board says that the crime is serious but not heinous. In Alirajpur district of Madhya Pradesh, watch this VVIP brat son of Congress MLA trying to run over policemen. He hits on-duty cops while driving his Fortuner and almost attempts to mow them down without any fear of law and order. It's not his first brush with the law. In fact, he has a history of crime. But for his mother, it's a thoda sa accident.
मेरा बच्चा किसी को छोड़ने जा रहा था और गाड़ी नहीं कटी, थोड़ा सा डिवाइडर से वो टच हो गया ना, टकरा गया, ठीक है। तो उसके ऊपर 307 की धारा लगा दी। तो थोड़ा सा एक्सीडेंट, गाड़ी कटी नहीं, डिवाइडर पे जाके टकरा गए है, थोड़ा सा खंबे पे टकराई है। तो इसमें हत्या जैसा तो कोई मामला ही नहीं था, लेकिन मेरे बच्चे के ऊपर, मेरे बेटे के ऊपर हत्या वाला 307 की धारा लगाई। तो मैं इसकी घोर निंदा करती हूँ।
All this while, the accused remains absconding. In Punjab, the turbaned tornado of 114-year-old Pushpraj Singh, a marathoner, died after being hit by a Fortuner. The accused, an NRI driver, has been arrested.
हाँ जी सर, दोपहर 3 बजे के बाद ना, मतलब 3 बजे तो बाद मैं भी घर ही सीगा। मैं 3 बजे निकलिया घरों, वो मेरे तो 5 मिनट बाद, 5-6 मिनट बाद घरों निकलिया, कैमरिਆਂ 'ਚ ਆਏ ਆ ਤੇ ਉਹ ਸ਼ਾਮ ਨੂੰ ਸਾਡੀ ਲੇਬਰ ਲੱਗੀ ਸੀ ਉਹਦਾ ਰੋਡ ਤੇ, ਉਧਰ ਨੂੰ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਤਾਂ ਘੱਟੇ ਹੀ ਸੀ, ਪਿੰਡ ਵੱਲੋਂ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਸੀ, ਉਧਰ ਨੂੰ ਵੀ ਚੱਲ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਸੀ, ਦੇਖਣ ਢਾਬਾ ਵੀ ਆ ਸਾਡਾ, ਤੇ ਉਹ ਉਧਰ ਨੂੰ ਚੱਲ ਗਿਆ। 3:13-14 ਤੇ ਇਹ ਹਾਦਸਾ ਵਾਪਰ ਗਿਆ ਜੀ। ਉਹ ਗੱਡੀ ਵਾਲਾ ਹਿੱਟ ਕਰਕੇ ਬਾਪੂ ਜੀ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ
Hit, run, escape.
गाड़ी छोड़।
Is it that easy to run over citizens in this country? Where is the fear of law and where is the stringent implementation of law and order?
I'm joined by Mr. K.K. Menon, Senior Advocate of the Supreme Court, on the debate tonight. I'm joined by Manish Barrier, who speaks for the BJP, Akhil Swami, who speaks for the Congress Party, and also Swapnil Kothari, Senior Advocate of the Supreme Court again. Thank you so much for joining me on the debate. Let me start with Mr. Menon. Mr. Menon, where is the fear? There seems to be no fear. People are just ramming their vehicles over people without really realizing the kind of fear they've instilled on pedestrians. People have stopped, they're scared for their lives walking over streets, because until and unless you have political connections or you're rich, you know that they will be getting over with it.
Of course, ma'am, in fact, people don't afraid from the law today, either for accident, for even otherwise. You can see, I have seen on your channel number of times how the people are behaving and fighting on the streets and beating the people. People die But at the same time, I think we should take some measurement now, because you know that earlier it was 337 for a simple injury, 338 IPC was a grievous injury, 304A where the person died, and sentence for 338 where grievous injury was 2 years, where the person died, 304A IPC sentence was 2 years. You know why this 2 years for death case? Because at that time when the IPC was enacted, at that time only English people, Angrez, they were having the vehicles. We didn't have. Mostly Indian didn't have, including Pakistan, Bangladesh, India, whatever I can say. But at the same time, for the last more than 75 years now, about 70 years, we have enacted the law number of times. We have made amendment number of times. But my perception is absolutely different. I think accident is not only in a negligent manner. Sometime you will see the pedestrian cross the road. I have seen a lot of such type of cases where the person died or injured. They are at fault. But ultimately, who will be prosecuted? Prosecution will be of a driver of the vehicle. But at the same time, sometime you will find, in the night you will find the vehicles under the influence of liquor. People drive the vehicle like that like a jungly people, I can say. I'm using the word, people will pardon me for this, and they don't understand that the people are living on this earth, people are going on the road and jig-jag like that motorcyclist, and the cars like in the night itself. Mostly accident in cars, with cars, happened in the night. Mostly you will find it. They come after drinking from the clubs, from friends' houses, and they met with an accident in which sometime even the who are driving, even he himself died. But my request would be before the government, even today again, they should differentiate where the vehicle being driven by a person under the influence of liquor, and sometimes even the doctor also dishonestly say smell of alcohol. They don't even the driver examine properly whether he was under the influence of liquor. He is he can't even stand on his own legs while driving the vehicle. Arrest by the people, by the police, usually take him to the hospital. If the doctor in a routine doctor written smell of alcohol, it is not sufficient for that
Mr. Manan,
accident
this is
case.
happening when we are repeatedly showing grieving families, when we are showing that how people are ramming into pedestrians, on people who are sleeping on the streets, and no lesson being learned, no lesson at all. And I feel proud of the fact that it was Arnab Goswami who took up the Porsche case. And then others followed suit. Otherwise, that case would not have even been followed. We took it up. And we took it up because it is becoming the new menace. Getting drunk and driving over people, sleeping on the streets. Swapnil? And the people who understand law would also follow the same. This, in March 2025 in Vadodara, an intoxicated lawyer was caught on video enjoying the crash and calling for another round.
Yes, Sucharita, I'm glad that Arnab has been taking up this case, and he's done that since quite some time. And not only the Porsche case, but I remember the Lal Batti culture was essentially stopped by him when he took a barrage of cases one after the other.
Exactly.
And yesterday also, Sucharita, I saw the debate, and absolutely Republic TV, and he were bang on point that VVIP brats have taken the law for granted. It's not that the laws are not, I wouldn't say that they are fully sufficient. Yes, they need to be a little bit more stringent. For example, just to touch upon yesterday's case, if you're going to distinguish between serious and heinous, I don't really know whether the thesaurus would even laugh at it, because I think both of them are synonyms of each other. But in law, if you try to distinguish, saying that, oh, this is serious, but this is not heinous, so let's treat him as a juvenile, that itself is ridiculing the entire system of law and entire system of criminal jurisprudence. You need to treat that person as whether it's a serious or a heinous crime. So what needs to be done is that if there is a judicial, decisions that have sought to make this distinction, that distinction needs to be obliterated by the parliament, because if the judiciary is not going to overrule that part, then the parliament needs to do it by making an amendment saying that there shouldn't be any difference between serious and heinous, both need to be same. Now, coming to the point is the more so as far as today's case, where the mother is protecting the son and saying that, this is this is a very minor thing. And one thing, Sucharita, which I have not liked, is that he's run over cops. Now, I think he's run over human beings. That should be the tagline. Whether it's a cop, whether it's a beggar or anyone else, everybody has got a right to life under the Constitution. So to say that,
Swapnil, why is that a headline is because those constables were telling him to stop. They were giving him a signal. Now, in a lot of cases, there are VVIP brats running over people who are sleeping. So there's nobody to alarm them. But here, and I'm not saying that's a justification, but here there are people alarming you. They're telling you to stop and you're running over them.
Correct. Sucharita, I understood that. What I'm just trying to say is, I'm not saying that the headline made by Republic TV is wrong. What I'm just trying to say is that mindset where the people tend to say, cops, there is some... See, first of all, we suffer from some sort of a special culture. We have this fascination towards, people from the upper crust of society. We meaning, I don't mean you and you and I. What I mean to say is that people tend to say that, the judiciary is only for the rich. The poor don't have access to justice. I beg to differ there. The point is that the prosecution, the implementation of the law is not sufficient. What is happening here is that the judiciary cannot do it if the prosecution
there is a mindset. Mr. Manan, before I go to Mr. Akhil Swami and Manish Barrier, Mr. Manan, there is a mindset, because otherwise why would it be that all these cases where we hear that people are run over, it is by VVIP brats, by the rich? Why does it happen? We never hear of, and it's rarely that you will hear that some cycle has run over people sleeping, or some Maruti 800 has run over people sleeping. It is always an Audi or a BMW or a Porsche.
Or Mark, you can say. Anyway, I will tell you a few things. You see that the prosecution case goes to the court subsequently. First of all, the investigating agency should be very honest, which they are not. Not all the people, I can say, all the investigating officers, but mostly they are corrupt. They are corrupt. They connived with the driver of the offending vehicle. And secondly, when the case goes to the court, usually after taking money, either the injured or the parents or whatever it is, whose family will take money in these cases and compromise with the matter. It is, I can say, 80%. I'm telling you the truth because I started the practice from trial court from Patiala House. Okay, I'm now in the High Court, but at the same time, I'm telling you, I did more than, I can say, 5,000 cases, at least minimum. I said earlier also in one of the program which was conducted by Arnab Goswami, at that time also, time has come to change the law. Change the law.
Yes.
Where negligent person are drinking, punishment should be a different for that purpose.
Yes.
Usually accident taken place, punishment should be different. And the person, rich people meaning why must be under the influence of liquor, or they don't care for the people who are sleeping on the road or going on the road. You will find it.
So this is exactly what Congress MLA Sena Patel's son has done. Now, Mr. Swami, Mr. Akhil Swami, if I can come to you, why is Mr. Mahesh Patel not telling his son to surrender? He runs over police constables and then is absconding.
See, Sucharita, I can understand as to why BJP and RSS want to remove, say, the secularism and the socialism from the constitution.
How has the BJP and
socialism
RSS
means
this?
that every poor and rich, everybody has this equal right. Now, what is happening, what Mr. Manan has said, the basic point is that the rich can engage senior lawyers, can pay lakhs of rupees as fees, They can manipulate the doctors.
Mr. Swami,
and if
I'm
you
asking
find
you a
in the
different
jails,
question.
in the
You want to
prisons-
attack Mr. Manan, go ahead and do that. But I'm saying, why is the Congress Neta not asking his son to surrender?
See, can you tell me in Bihar last 15 days at least 35 murders have taken place?
So we are questioning
And
the Bihar
the biggest
government?
industrialist of Patna has been killed. The law and order in Madhya Pradesh has failed. I will conclude that the law and order in the double engine Sarkar of Madhya Pradesh.
So
where
the law
BJP
and
at the
order
center
breaks down in
and the
Bihar, so
state,
the Congress
they have failed
MLA
to
in Madhya
deliver.
Pradesh will not ask his son to surrender. Is that your logic?
यहाँ पे
Is that
कानून
your
व्यवस्था
logic?
मध्य प्रदेश की फेल हो गई है। मध्य प्रदेश सरकार निकम्मी सरकार है।
अच्छा,
और
वो
ये
निकम्मी
बिहार
सरकार
के
है,
अंदर
लेकिन
जो हो रहा
जिसने
है,
किया वो
ये
गलत
हर
नहीं
जगह
है।
हो रहा है।
वो
ये
निकम्मी
कांग्रेस
सरकार
MLA का
है।
प्रश्न
लेकिन
नहीं
the
है,
one
ये
who's
कानून
done it
व्यवस्था का
is
प्रश्न है।
absolutely right. Mr.
ये
Akhil
कानून
Swami, do
व्यवस्था
you
का
even
प्रश्न है।
realize the
कानून
kind of
व्यवस्था
logic
फेल
that
हो
you're
गई है।
giving to this?
11 साल से केवल अमीरों को जीने का अधिकार है, गरीबों को जीने का अधिकार नहीं।
Gentlemen, don't
Sir,
defend
मैं तो
that
आपके
man.
साथ हूँ।
Don't defend him.
मैं तो आपके साथ हूँ।
While
What
sitting
kind of
on the
defense
TV,
is
don't
this, Mr.
defend him.
Barrier? Mr. Barrier, let me go to Manish Barrier. Mr. Barrier, he is targeting the BJP government. That is his right. But he is not ready to say a word on why the Congress MLA is not asking his son to surrender.
So good evening to you and to my co-panelists and all the viewers. In fact, I would go beyond this politics. I thought that we could have had some more sensible discussion on this because, if poor people crush poor people, it won't make headlines. It's only when rich people crush poor people it's going to make headlines. So first we have to understand that the headlines are going to be made only when rich people are involved, whether politicians' sons or businessmen's sons. I think it's a question of dignity of human being, and that unfortunately, across political lines, I think that is largely missing since independence. So that's more about telling a kind of a thing about we as individuals and citizens of the country, rather than one particular thing. Of course, we have to condemn, and the way she was, the MLA was saying that my son has not even killed anybody, as if, killing was the only thing that should have been enough for him to be in jail, or some kind of action has to be there. So that shows the kind of apathy, the VIP culture which is there with political class, and the Congress party that has been doing it. They only started it. I don't know why Mr. Swami is so aggrieved with that. Who started all this political culture? In 1947,
No, but she's not asking her son to surrender. She's also trying to cover it up by saying it was not such a big thing. Now, I am surprised.
That shows
If you're going to tell your children that running over people is a small thing, then I don't really know how you're going to be leading the country.
Absolutely. And I'll tell you, this is something which is, it's a pandemic in our country that you can just, and I think I would agree with both the lawyers who are there, who says that some stringent laws needs to be made. I think that dignity of human being and very stringent laws where anybody crushes anyone, they need to face the music. There is no fear of law when it comes to road rage as well as these road kind of accidents. And I think I would say that even middle class people, poor people, whoever gets whatever opportunity, they are crushing each other. It's a madness on road these days. So, and more so with political class. So that they need to be accountable. So we need to really push them into jails or some kind of a very strict action. We had Pune case earlier where a teen was just asked to do some kind of a remedial work and then he was just let off. Just imagine, he had crushed people. So this is the state of affairs when it comes to, the kind of VIP culture which is there, where people are let off only by some NGO work.
We cannot, I think you're absolutely right. There has to be a law that becomes a big deterrence to these VVIP brats who are killing and running over people, because we cannot give a license to kill. Thank you so much to all of you for joining me on the debate. And at 9 p.m. this evening, it's a massive row over illegal immigrants on electoral rolls from Bihar to Assam and the state of West Bengal. Who is shielding the infiltrators?
ये है सीक्रेट रेसिपी MDH का जीरा सिप जल जीरा मसाला। सिप सिप जीरा सिप MDH का जल जीरा सिप MDH का जल जीरा सिप।